Okay, so we're going to do our Y branch today, and this time we're going to do it with two different sizes. I've already drawn out the two elevations to save time in the video. So we're doing 6-inch on the trunk line, and we're going to come in at a 45 with 4-inch. You don't have to go 45. You can do any angle you want. The process is the same. So we have an end elevation, and we have a side elevation. The length of your branch doesn't matter either on the elevation or the side view, because you can add to the pattern afterwards to save space in your metal, paper, whatever you're using to lay out. So now that we've got this laid out, we're going to do what we do in every other lesson, and we are going to bisect our circles and create a quadrant. So we're just using the 4-inch. I'm going to go all the way around, and you'll see why in a minute. And I didn't find a center line on this one. I'm just going to grab it myself here. But I still need to grab a center line. Somebody asked me the other day what measurement I used to bisect a circle. There is no measurement. You're just going more than half, and you're just grabbing it. A little short there. And we'll just pull a line through there. I had a little boo-boo there on my line off camera. Okay, just like in every other lesson, we want to develop our quadrants using the half circle diameter. So that was 4, so we're basically on 2-inch. And we're going to do this all the way around. And again, you'll see why in a minute. I think I did this in the last one. You don't have to do this. You could just square it off with a square if you want. Okay, so now we want to pull our lines through to the profile of the trunk. And the reason I did the full circle is just to make it easier to square these up. Same thing here. And these you can pull all the way through. We're going to number these up. The numbers can get a little confusing on this because there's a couple different ways of doing it. I'm going to show you the simpler way. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, and 4. Up here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The reason those numbers are changing the way we're looking at it is now from the side. All right, so now that we have our numbers drawn out, we're going to pull our points up. So we're going to pull up 4 to 4, 3 to 3, 2 to 2, and 1 is our intersection, which doesn't matter. Now, we don't have to trace this out. We're only concerned about the points. We don't have to put a French curve on here. We're only looking to plot points. But just to show you what it's going to look like, we'll draw that out real quick. All right, so now we have all our points developed. Now I'm going to show you how to get the hole. So 6-inch should be about 18 7/8. So I'll draw that out now real quick. Okay, so I have the trunk drawn out. Again, this can be any length you want it to save room on the camera. We're just doing this as 12-inch because we're only trying to find a hole here. I have drawn a center line. The center line is going to be number 1. But again, we have to grab points. So what we want to do is we want to grab 1 to 2. Again, this is just like the branch tee we did with 2 different sizes. So we're going to grab 1 to 2. Then we're going to grab 2 to 3. And 3 to 4. That's kind of tight spacing. You could use a ruler on it if you want. Now we want to bring these lines up. Now I did add a 3/8 on each end of this for a groove seam, depending on what kind of seam you want to use. You can use a 1/4 inch, do an overlap, rivet it, whatever you want to do. I think most of the commercial tees when you buy them, or Y branches, usually have that dimple or a rivet in them from the factory. So now we want to label this 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. Now this can get a little confusing here, but we're going to work our way around. 1 is going to be different from this one, 2 is going to be different. The only one that's going to be symmetrical basically is 4. Every other one is going to be different. So now we want to pull those points across, and I'll start from the top with 1. Hopefully I can reach it. So again, we're on 1 and we're going to start from the top. So we have 1, and we want to grab 2. And we'll just scoot over a bit there. We'll grab 2, then we'll grab 3. And we could just pull over and grab 3 again. And then we can grab 4. And then we're going to work our way back in again, and we're going to grab 3 down here. We'll grab 3. And we'll move back. We'll grab 2. My bad. 2. And then 1. Wet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we just shot them across, and we ended up here. So that is how we develop the hole. Now the other thing you have to think about here is an allowance. So you could either put it at the bottom of your wrapper when you develop this, or you could subtract some of this when you cut out your hole and fold that material up. So up to you from a fabrication standpoint of how you want to do that. Now we want to develop the wrapper for our branch. And again, you don't need to go a million miles with this. We're only looking to find this profile. We can always add to the top of it. So that is 4-inch. So that'll be 12 9/16. So the other thing is your seam. I'm going to do my seam up inside the throat here. So we'll start with 1, but first we need to develop our spacing. So just like any other lesson, again, we just need to grab spacing off the 4-inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. About a 16th off there, not a big deal. So you want to carry these up just so we can find them. And don't forget, you want to allow for crimps or whatever you're going to do here. If you're doing a small end, big end, if you're doing crimps, if you're doing a dust collection system, you're probably going to do small end, big end. All depends on what you're doing. So we're going to label this 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, 1 is our seam. So we're going to start here with our seam. You could put the seam on the back, but you're going to end up with a really crazy fitting. So we're going to start with 1. And and we're going to work our way towards the center. 1 and 1. 2 and 2. And just like when we did the layout for the hole, we're going to do each one of these individually and work our way around. 3. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Okay, and again, you can get a little crazy. And even if you wanted to be really accurate, you can just grab half of it and you can actually just pull your points over. That's another way of doing it. Again, because everything is basically symmetrical. We're just working our way around a clock. And you could do that to check yourself also. Okay, so that's what you'll look like when you get it. Again, you can draw it out. When I do this on my own, when I make a fitting like this, I just cut it with the snips on the points that I've laid out. I find that I can do just as much with the snips. So again, now that we have this, if we want, if you needed to make this longer, like I was saying earlier, we can just add our connection. We can just add our connection to the end of it, however long you wanted it. We only need to develop the profile. We don't need anything else. You can draw this thing an inch long if you want. Same thing here. You can bury this quadrant right on the top of this. We don't need to know that much. So we'll chop this out and I'll put it together with tape and I'll show you what it looks like. And there you have it. You can see right where your lines line up. Everything lines up right on the lines. Cut's good. It's obviously really hard to do this with cardboard and show, but the lines are correct and everybody lines up. So the only thing, like I said before, you could figure out what you want to do for a flange here. Bend a 1/2 inch out on a turning machine, do some solid rivets, or even weld it together if that's what you do, if you're doing dust collection or whatever it is that you're using it on. So that's how that is laid out. My next episode will be gored elbows. We're going to cover that next. That'll probably be the last installment on parallel line development unless somebody asks me for anything else. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you.